Good afternoon, everyone. Today I would like to share my story with you. As I give you these facts about healthcare and health in general, I want you to know why I'm so passionate, not only for my journey, but for you to embark on this journey as well. So we're going to start with the pregnancy of my youngest child in 1999. That's when they first noticed a tumor on my kidney. We set that aside because I was having a high-risk pregnancy. A year after the passing of my father in 2000, I had to have a hysterectomy because of women-associated problems, heavy bleeding, heavy cramping, really debilitating. The surgeon who did that hysterectomy, he didn't want to do it. He had seen the reports about the spot on my kidney, which at the time I was being told, oh, it's just a spot, you're young, it's probably not cancer, nothing to deal with. My gynecologist had a conversation with my urologist, and the urologist determined that the hysterectomy, though an elective surgery, should happen, and so it did. Exactly a year later, I get a call from the urologist saying that the tumor board decided that the tumor was growing too fast and it needed to come out. So I had my kidney removed in August of 2002. Here's where the disparities in healthcare starts to come in. I want to point out that I actually worked at the hospital that these things were done at, and the previous surgery with the hysterectomy, I had problems with itching after the surgery, and I had a pharmacist tell me that it was probably the anesthesia, but the doctors weren't so keen to believe that. After the kidney surgery, after I had my kidney removed, I had it's called a radical left nephrectomy. The cancer was renal cell carcinoma. I had that removed. I couldn't turn my head. I was told that you tossed around a little bit during kidney surgery. It was done, mine was done by the Da Vinci robot, and that's normal to be, this was stiff. I literally couldn't move my head, couldn't turn my head. I was discharged the next day, and I'd say within 24 hours, I was out of myself. Like I was having seizures, I wasn't remembering things were off. My sister packs me up in a blanket and takes me back to the emergency room. They kept trying to do spinal taps to figure out what was going on, couldn't get any fluid. Finally, the head of anesthesiology comes up, pulls out some fluid, so your spinal fluid should be clear. Mine was a thick, milky type substance that they couldn't really get out. They determined that I had a form of bacteria, that I had bacteria meningitis. I'm still having the seizures. I can't turn my head. My fever's doing crazy things. I had a doctor, guy I actually worked for a time or two, come in and say to me, so we've done everything we can. You've got this bacteria meningitis. I'm going to send you home because you're probably going to die. You'll just be more comfortable there. The recovery from this was really slow. I had seizures, say, going on a year and a half after this. Strange pains, aches. But at the time, I'm also taking care of my grandmother, my children, and trying to keep my full-time job. So it was hard to stop and feel my pain. So I ignored a lot of that stuff. When I finally got back to work full-time, when we got over the seizures, well, side note about the seizures, there was a doctor I worked with who I wasn't too fond of, because the problem with working in a hospital that you get your care at is you kind of know the back side and the front side. So you know if providers are talking about people and what they say when people leave the room, and you know their general opinions. This particular neurologist had a problem with women of color. So when I was told to see this neurologist, the first time, I'm too sick, this is a hospital setting, and she really told my sister, don't take her to the emergency room when she's having seizures, which was odd to us. Seizures finally abate, and I'm working, I'm still having problems. 3 years later, I ended up having to have my appendix taken out, but they're actually trying to look for where this pain was coming from. When I'm 5 years past my surgery, cancer-free, job going well, now in the management department of the place I work at, kids are doing well, buy a condo, ready to settle in, life is good. I've got all the bad stuff over with. Wake up one morning and my face is disfigured. One side is swollen to the point where it's hanging down. I go to my doctor, but by the time I get there, a lot of the swelling has kind of stopped. So I started taking pictures of what I look like first thing in the morning. I take them in, I show my doctor, I tell him about all of these weird symptoms I'm having, like acne, which is something I really have never had a problem with in my life. All of a sudden I'm developing this, and all of these weird, different types of symptoms. That started my journey to try to find out what's going on and to actually really like fight my way through the healthcare to have my voice heard and have my body healed. My people, our ancestors knew ways and things to do to keep themselves healthier or get past the disparities that they had in healthcare. And that's just why I'm so passionate about it. I want people to learn from the things that have happened to me, my successes and my failures, so that we can have all a more healthy, fulfilling, and prosperous life. It's so important to me. If me giving you this information, not only on healthcare and the things that go on and how to get through healthcare, but some of the little diseases and ailments that people don't know about can help you. Knowledge is power. And if you have knowledge on how things work, if you have knowledge on your body, you're really gonna be unstoppable. I'm not going to preach to you to just be vegan. That's my style. But I would like to open your eyes on all of the things I do and just try some of them, or just listen and hold that knowledge. If you have someone in your family who is suffering, my hope is that this will help you to understand them, because it's not an easy road. So I just wanted to give you my story and let you know where I'm coming from as I give you these little tidbits of information, and hope that they'll help you. If there's something you need for me to research for you because you don't have the time or energy, let me know and I'm happy to do it. I love you and I appreciate all of you. Subscribe. If you have something you want to say, something you want to ask, something you want me to research, comment. Thank you. Until the next time, peace.